What's up guys, welcome back to the Foot Smash YouTube channel. My name's JCM and in today's video I'm going to be showing you, in my opinion, one of the best Liga squads you can get. Now it might not have the highest rated players or even necessarily the best players, but I think it has a perfect balance of not being too expensive, not being too cheap, and has a nice balance of players with skill moves and also a competitive aspect to it. So starting off in the goalkeeper position, I decided to go with Courtois. I could have maybe gone with someone such as Oblak or even someone lower rated such as Neto or Silasson, but I decided to go with Courtois, and the main reason is because he is 6'5" tall, or is absolutely massive. So in those one-on-one opportunities when your opponent is through on goal, he makes the goal look very small as you can spread out very wide. And then also one thing I absolutely love about this card is how good his handling is. Now with a lot of keepers from corners, they may punch the ball out, they may parry it, but with Courtois, every single time, as long as the ball is going into his hands, he will comfortably collect it, and then you can distribute the ball by either kicking it or throwing it and create a counter attack. Now this is one thing I find very important. Obviously, as I've already mentioned, a lot of keepers this year just seem to punch the ball, and it can be very annoying and result in a lot more goals, but Courtois has a very good pair of hands on him and it will not let you down, and overall is an extremely solid goalkeeper. And then moving over to the right back position, we have Dani Carvajal. Now again, you could have gone with someone such as the Inform Kappa card if you do want the 4-star skill moves, but defensively Carvajal is a lot better, but also offensively as well, he is still a very good player and he's good at breaking up the field and getting those assists. And then moving to the first centre back, we do have a Rafael Varane. Now you don't really need to say too much about this card. He looks absolutely insane and he's probably one of the best centre backs on FIFA 20. I haven't tried out Ferdinand yet or Maldini, but when it comes to, the mid-tier sort of players, I think Varane is absolutely perfect. He's fast, he's strong, he's tall, he's got great defensive awareness, and one thing I really loved about this card was his positioning. He was always in the correct position and did make a lot of important interceptions for me. And then moving to the left centre back, we do have Hermoso. Now you could go with someone such as Lenglet if you do have the coins, but I decided to go with Hermoso as he does have a bit more pace. Defensively, he might not be the greatest, but one thing I did enjoy about this card was when your opponents do play the over-the-top through balls, he could always sweep it up and use his pace to catch up with the attacking players. So overall, the two centre-backs were perfect for me. They were both fast, both strong, both great defensively, and really did, complement each other with their traits. And then moving into the left-back position, I've gone with the Inform Semedo card. Now I was lucky enough to pack his red card, but if you don't have the red one, you will of course have to buy him. Now a lot of people don't use this card or do use him as a right back, even though his position is a left back, just because they don't use a right-footed player on the left side of the team. But in my opinion, for me, he was absolutely perfect. He does have a 3-star weak foot as well, or isn't the worst in the world, so can use that left foot if needed, but I didn't find it too much of a problem. Defensively, this guy is absolutely insane, and of course, the biggest selling point with this card is that 93 pace, what is insane. You can definitely feel it in-game, and he can catch up with players such as Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, all the fastest players in the game, what is very important. So guys, this has been the defense. Now let's get into the midfield. So starting off in the midfield from right to left, we do have Gareth Bale. Now for some reason, looking at the face card stats, he does look very good, but when I actually used him in game, I just couldn't really get used to the card or really get any assists or goals with him for some reason. Maybe I just attacked down the left a lot more than the right, and Gareth Bale wasn't really utilised a lot, or maybe he just isn't good this year. I'm not really too sure why I didn't like him. And then moving into the first centre mid, we may have a bit of a shock player to you, but I've gone with Barami, I think that's how you say his name. Now, he actually has some very nice in-game stats. Offensively, he has amazing long shots, amazing shot power, amazing free kicks, and also very good dribbling and passing. Now, this guy loved to play the over-the-top through balls. He's so accurate and so powerful, so I can be in my own half and I can play all the way to the opponent's left side near the corner flag. So having that shot power and that offensive sort of creative play in the midfield was definitely very helpful. Then moving to probably the biggest surprise in this team, and this was the UCL Road to the Final Voss card. Now, he was phenomenal for me. Honestly, I've used players such as De Jong, who's meant to be one of the best, central midfielder players in the game, and he absolutely outshone him, in my opinion. Voss was just insane defensively, offensively. He just dominated the midfield and was just an incredible player. Now, with Valencia can progress to the next stage of the Champions League, we are looking at a cheap Hullet. He's just honestly insane. So the only thing De Jong really has over Voss is that he's a lot more linkable. Obviously, with De Jong, you can link him to Lenglet, Messi, Griezmann, all these high-end players. But with Voss, you don't really have too many options. But if you can fit this guy into your squad, I would definitely recommend to go and pick him up. And then moving over to the left wing position, we do have Vinicius Jr. Now, the main reason he's in this squad is just to add some 5-star skill moves to it, and he definitely did the job for me. The 5-star weak foot, the amazing dribbling, and also the amazing pace. Maybe in the final third with his shooting and his passing, it wasn't really up to par with, some of the higher ended players, but it was still very good for only a 79 rated card who cost around 2,000 coins. So finally, moving to the two strikers in this team, we do have AJ Morales and Rodrigo. Now, they are both very pacey strikers with good shooting and good dribbling. Now, Rodrigo out of the two was probably the most surprising for me. His finishing was honestly insane. Now, I had used AJ Morales a lot more this year as a super sub towards the start of the game, but Rodrigo I hadn't really tried out this year, and I was pleasantly surprised. He was honestly insane for me. He does feel like a top-end striker. He's got great pace, great shooting, great finishing, and on that left foot, he is absolutely deadly in front of goal. The only con about this card I would really say is he doesn't really shoot too well on the weaker right foot, but apart from that, as long as he can always shoot on his left foot, he will finish every chance 9 out of 10 times. And again, with Morales, a very quality player, scored a lot of important goals for me in these matches, as you will see. So anyway, guys, this has been the squad. Now let's get into the highlights. So now moving into the squad highlights, the first thing I'm going to be talking you through is some of the pros of the team. Now, the first one, as I've already mentioned, was the strikers. Now, they are both absolutely insane and create a deadly partnership up front. One of them is left-footed in Rodrigo, and then we have Morales, who is right-footed, and obviously I play one on the left and one on the right, so they really do complement each other up front and are a great link-up, especially if you're one of these players who like to play a lot of through balls. These will be the perfect strikers for you, in my opinion. And even if you're just looking for a cheap partnership up top, I honestly think this is probably one of the best, if not the best partnerships you can get on the game for literally like 5,000 coins. They are both extremely cheap players, what is incredible to think. So as you can see in this chance here, we get the ball there with AJ Morales, do the rainbow flick, take the shot, and then his keeper manages to save it. And then after that, the next pro with this team was the pace. Now, it had a lot of pacey players in it, as I've already mentioned. We had Bale with like 91 pace. We had the two strikers with around 90 pace. And then we also had Vinicius Jr., who I think has about 90 pace as well. So having a front four with a lot of pace was so helpful. Pace is one of those things that is just so effective every single FIFA, and even if the player's stats aren't necessarily the best, for example with Vinicius Jr., his shooting isn't the greatest and also his passing isn't the greatest, but because he's fast, he is still a good player on this game. So having pacey players in the squad definitely helped. And again, when it comes to the defense, Semedo's 90 pace, Varane is 80 pace, and then we also have the Hermoso, who has around 80 pace as well, so just a very quick team. And then the final pro with this team was the Voss card. Now, I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Voss, not Was, but I'm not too sure. Tell me in the comment section below how it's said. So if he does get one more upgrade, I do think he will be in the all 80s club, what will be honestly insane, especially this early on in the game. You don't really have too many players this early on. We have Nainggolan, who is in the Hullet club, and obviously Hullet himself, and then players like Vieira. But apart from that, there isn't too many players on this game who fit into that category. So having a player who is so cheap at the moment, who could potentially be like around a 90 rated card, if of course Valencia do somehow get to the Champions League final. But even if they just get out of the group stages, you are still looking at a very cheap and affordable card with some very nice stats. So overall, this team should cost you around 350 to 400,000 coins on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Now, obviously, you can change a few players here and there, but as long as you have, the general basis of these players in your squad, I do think you will do very well. I managed to win a load of games with this squad, and I'm not the greatest of FIFA players. I'm definitely not the worst either, but, using this squad really did allow me to play creatively, play a lot of free-flowing football, what I did enjoy, and also having that defensive line of Varane and Hermoso, and also Semedo, with, of course, Carvajal in the right-back position. It made it really easy for me just to attack as much as I want, because I had confidence in my defense that they would break nearly everything up. So we did win a lot of matches. Well, it's absolutely perfect. I managed to complete the La Liga icon swap objective as well, which is also another bonus. So if you did enjoy this video and want to see more squad builders on the Foot Smash YouTube channel, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Tell me in the comment section below what video you do want to see next. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.